Gary for PracticeTheGuitar.com, and in this lesson we are going to cover the solo for Metallica's Enter Sandman. The first two measures of the solo begin right in the E minor pentatonic scale, and we're playing the 14th fret on the 3rd string with your 3rd finger, and then your 4th finger on the 15th fret of the 2nd string. And you're going to do a bit of a double stop bend there, where you hold the 15th fret with your pinky, but then you bend the 14th fret with your 3rd finger. So what I'm doing with my 1st and 2nd finger is putting that behind the 14th fret and supporting that bend with all 3 fingers. So you get this and that just moves right up to another double stop bend, where in this case I'm using my 3rd finger on the 15th fret of the 2nd string, and I'm bending that up a whole step, but then putting my 1st finger on the 12th fret of the 1st string to get that unison type bend right there. So you get again. So I'm trying to get both of those strings to ring together in each set as much as possible, just to give you the most full sound possible. Out of context, it almost sounds kind of country. Then moving on to the next measure, we get this octave type sliding thing that begins on the 10th fret of the 5th string and the 12th fret of the 3rd string. And I'm using my 1st and 3rd finger there, and I'm going to go the way that I'm strumming all the strings is I'm simply with my 1st finger muting out all of the strings in between, so we only hear the 5th and the 3rd string happening. So you get, again slowly, first 3 measures would be and then moving on to the next measure, we get this descending pentatonic thing that starts on the 14th fret of the 3rd string, and it's so what I'm doing there is I'm starting on the 14th fret, 3rd string, pick, pull off, pick the 14th fret on the 4th string, then pull off, or pick, pull off, 14th fret on the 5th string, pick, pull off, slide with my 1st finger on the 5th string, and then 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the 6th string. That whole lick is and that's actually a really good lick that you could take and move up and down the neck in different keys to help you to build your technique. So if you started that'd be a good technique building exercise. The next measure has this very bluesy repeating type lick that goes. Very characteristic of Kirk Hammett, so it's. And I tend to use my third finger on that second string just to get the strongest bend possible, and then with my first finger, play the 12th fret on the first string. The next measure moves on to more repeating type phrases in the E minor pentatonic scale, which is. And with this, I tend to use my pinky for some reason, and it's just a pull off, and then the second string, and then back. So you end up with this bit of a roll between the pinky and the first and second string. You can use your third finger as well. And then it moves up to more of an arpeggio type approach, which is 17, 14, and 15. And that's a D major arpeggio. Then it moves up to an E minor arpeggio, which is 19, 15, and 17. So you get. Then we move up to an F sharp minor arpeggio, which is 21, 17, and 19. So that's. So then you end up with. And then that high bend is on the 22nd fret, which is a big pain to play on a Les Paul. But you get. And now for the next section of the exercise, we jump down to the 7th position. I like to use my 3rd and 4th finger for this double stop bend on the 9th fret on the 2nd and 3rd strings. So you end up with this really raunchy sounding bend. And that phrase ends with the 7th fret on the 3rd string and then the 9th fret on the 4th string. And that's very E minor pentatonic, but kind of stealing from major pentatonic with the G sharp and the E right there. And that next part is right out of the E minor pentatonic scale. So that's 7, 9, 7, and then 10. So from here, and that's really interesting because you have to kind of roll to get from here to here, because it's just a straight hammer on, and then first finger on 7, and then pinky right on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So you get one more time. A little slower. And then for the next part, we have this descending run, which is straight out of the E minor scale. We go 10, 8, 7, 9, 7, 8, 7, 9. So that's the first part of it. And then we go 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9. Then 7, 9, 7, 9, 8, 7, 10, ending on B on the 7th fret of the 6th string. It's a pretty long run, and it's also pretty quick. It's probably one of the more confusing sections of the solo, for sure. Again, slowly we have... this note, you get F sharp, F natural to E, which out of the B minor pentatonic scale, it ends up being flat 5. But because we're kind of hearing this the way that we are, it ends up just sounding like blues. So and we also could do, in this second part, a slide rather than just a hammer-on and a pull-off. So that would be... You can make your choice there, whether you want it to be a hammer-on, pull-off, or a slide. Either way, works very well. So what you're going to want to do with this particular lick is just work it in that position, and once you get it memorized, one of the best things you could do is, just like with that other pentatonic lick, is to just simply move it up and down the neck accordingly, even if you just did it in half steps, like... be a good way to help you to memorize the pattern and get the shape under your fingers. So now we're getting into the latter part of the solo, which seems to move up to more of an F sharp minor pentatonic type feel, which makes sense with the chord progression, of course. And it has a bend on the 16th fret, and then 14 on the 3rd string, and then 16 on the 4th string. So we get this... I tend to kind of strum it a little bit just because it sounds a little bit more percussive, if you will. So slowly. And then we go... Now, I don't have a whammy bar on this thing, but I'm sure at the end of this phrase he's going... So it's like... he's probably depressing the whammy bar back and forth to get that type sound. But so, from those two phrases together, it'd be... Now I'm just kind of imitating it with the bend, just going up and back down and up and back down, trying to imitate that whammy bar type effect as much as possible. So that high lick at the end, I'm doing 21, 17, and then a pull off to the open first string. So it's... and then the 22nd fret. So the very last run at the end of the solo is right out of the E minor scale, and we're going 10, 8, 7, 9, 9, 7, 9, 9, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. And then it does 5, 7 to 4, and then open 5th string to the 2nd fret on the 5th string. So we get... it tends to be like a little like hammer pull right here, and I just slide to the 4th fret, and then open, and then the 2nd fret. So... and then at the very end, he also used the whammy bar to get that sort of type effect. So... I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Click on the link that's right below this video, and that will take you over to PracticeTheGuitar.com, and there you can practice with hundreds of video exercises at 15 different tempos with full notation, tablature, and backing tracks to practice along with. We also do Skype or FaceTime lessons as well. Just send us an email. Hope to see you soon.